Alright, so that's as far as the market cues are concerned, but 2 days to go for the Modi Sarkar to present its first union budget. Now, as the new government gets set to unveil its first rail budget today, expectations are rising that the finance minister will put the Indian economy back on a high growth trajectory when he takes center stage tomorrow. Harsha Subramaniam caught up with India Inc.'s top leaders to get a sense of what they expect from the finance minister come Thursday and began by asking them if they expect the FM to be bold on the fisc. Here's what they had to say.
Fiscal prudence is very much essential, which the industry also is expecting in the budget to come. So fiscal prudence not by increasing the taxes, but by disinvestment. That is the focus I think this budget would bring, in my view. That is the roadmap which the industry is eagerly waiting for. So with that, both the things can be balanced.
Sure.
One is achieving growth, and at the same time, the fiscal prudence will come in. And the way they have been articulating that the manufacturing is very, very important, that should be given priority. So in order to ensure that manufacturing will get its proper place in our overall economy,
Sure.
then whatever irritants, as Mr. Nanda has explained, those irritants removal to ensure that investment cycle will come back and the manufacturing will again revive in India. I think those steps, those roadmaps are very important element in the budget.
Sumant, what do you feel? Do you think this is going to be a budget that's going to be, not about hitting large sixes, but about taking those important singles and two runs?
A couple of things, Harsha. The issue right now is that the government has been making very commonsensical statements. I think they're focused on increasing the ease of doing business. They are focused on trying to debottleneck critical sectoral problems, whether it's in infrastructure, whether it is in, let's say, the supply chain side as far as APMC is concerned. And they have made some prudent noises around trying to correct fiscal issues with, the rail fare hike and so on. And at the same time, they've also deferred the gas price hike. So I think the way this government is probably going to approach this issue right now is that this is just the first in a long series of budgets. They are looking at perhaps the first 2 or 3 years to repair the economy and then really grow. But I think even in that repair phase, they will certainly try to show a very different stance from the previous government.
Sure.
And show that they mean business. And that is where I think a lot of this government's credibility will be tested in this particular budget, which is really around the kind of statements that that Finance Minister Jaitley makes in the budget. Does he lay out any sort of a longer-term roadmap? Does he make a more formal announcement of the government's, let's say, more pro-business stance? Does he therefore also give sops to things like retrospective taxation and make some statements around those things?
Sure.
So, do they make any statements that further reinforce and re-enhance the general positive sentiment that all of us have?
Sure.
I think on the fiscal question, they'll probably be prudent.
Right.
I think they'll try to change the quality of the fiscal deficit from, moving it more towards the capital side than the revenue side.
Sure.
So they'll try to make those adjustments, but given the limited room for maneuver, it's probably going to be more at the edges. And so therefore the real takeaway from this budget is likely to be more around the statements that are made and the long-term roadmap that they lay out.
It's the commentary more than the individual measures. Ms. Nanda, you spoke about the investment cycle. What do you think needs to be done to kickstart the investment cycle? Are you expecting investment-linked incentives to be announced?
No, I'm not expecting that. I think what the industry really needs is, to borrow from Mr. Rathi's phrase, a good governance. But I think we also have had too many issues which have delayed projects. Whether it is land acquisition, whether it is other infrastructure issues, mining, the environmental sort of issues.
Sure.
I think some sort of direction there, which need not come through the budget, which is actually
correct.
But where the other thing, which again will not come from the budget or from the government, is interest.
Right.
Now, if he can check the inflation, if he can bring in, as they are talking of bringing the measures, if he can bring the inflation down, if he brings up the limit for the lower category to whatever, whether it's 5 lakhs or whatever it is, I think that segment has really been worst hit.
Right.
From an industry perspective, I think we need 3 things. We need a market, and fundamentally the market exists. I think there may be little glitches here and there because of the high interest rates or things like that. Fundamentally the market still exists.
Sure.
We need to bring a feel-good factor into the market. The second is, a level playing ground with no unnecessary roadblocks of projects getting stuck for 3 years with environmental ministries or that sort of a thing.
Sure.
Now that's, and he's talked of roads, he talked of supply chain. We need to get our goods and components to the plant and goods to the customer.
Correct.
So I think those are things which are going to really help. Third is the interest factor. Interest, we've seen the governor take very strong position, and he is right in his own way. I don't subscribe, because my view is that some amount of inflation is good in a growing economy.
Sure.
But I am not a macroeconomist, so I don't want to say. But we need three things. And the first two are definitely in the control of the government. Good governance, so that things happen, and making the feel-good factor come into the market. Stock market is an indication of feel-good factor coming into the market.
Absolutely.
So I think these are the things which will need. And if some of these things come in the budget, it's the mood of the budget. It's not what really happens. It's the mood, and it's the government's forward thinking which will lead to more sanctions of capital expenditure in the budget, in the forms.
Sure. Mr. Rathi, the challenges that most people talk about, especially in the infrastructure space, power plants need fuel, highways are still being stuck and they're still not being completed. Will this budget therefore be largely about unclogging those pipes?
Well, theoretically and really speaking, it should be. Because if you want to kickstart the economy, you have to spend on infrastructure.
Right.
I think I'll never be tired of saying that biggest bottleneck in our industry is infrastructure.
Right.
You see, the cost of infrastructure which should be borne by the government. In many of the projects, we bear that. Now, for example, if I put a cement plant, I can't think of a cement plant without putting a captive power plant. Now, captive power plants are expensive. If you look at the commercial plants, we go by 50 megawatt, all this.
Sure.
And it puts additional burden on us. So I think infrastructure can never be ignored.
Right.
There are enough comparisons. I think if we compare with China, we'll be standing nowhere. So government must continue to spend on infrastructure. It should divide what infrastructure they are going to do on their own, what they will do with the public-private partnership, and what the private sector is to develop itself.
Sure.
So there is no escape from spending on infrastructure.
And you expect some sort of a large investment to be announced?
I do think so. And there are resources which can be generated without levying the taxes and without fueling the inflation.
All right, now remember, you can catch that exclusive conversation on Budget and India Inc. at 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. right here on Bloomberg TV India Today. All right, we'll take a quick break right now, but up next is Market Guru with Vikram Kotak.